A Parakeet Named Dreidel by Issac B. Singer, out of the A Flint Holds Fire textbook. It happened on Hanukkah about 10 years ago. All day long a heavy snow was falling. Towards evening the sky cleared and a few stars appeared. A frost set in. The snow on the street sparkled like diamonds. It was the 8th day of Hanukkah, and my silver Hanukkah lamp stood on the windowsill with 8 candles burning. It was mirrored in the window pane, and I imagined another lamp outside. My wife Esther was frying potato pancakes, which are a Hanukkah treat. I sat with my son David at a table and played dreidel with him. Suddenly David cried out, "Papa, look!" And he pointed to the window. I looked up. I could hardly believe what I saw. Outside on the window stood a yellow-green bird watching the Hanukkah candles. In a moment I understood what had happened. A parakeet had escaped from its home. It had flown out into the cold street and landed on my windowsill, perhaps attracted by the light. A parakeet comes from warmer countries. It cannot stand the cold and frost for very long. At once I set out to save the bird from freezing. First I carried away the Hanukkah lamp so that the bird should not burn itself when it came in. Then I opened the window and with a quick wave of my hand shooed the parakeet inside. The whole thing took only a few seconds. In the beginning, the frightened bird flew from wall to wall. It hit itself against the ceiling. David tried to calm it. "Don't be afraid, little bird. We are your friends." Presently, the bird flew towards David and landed on his head, as though it had been trained and was used to people. David began to dance and laugh from joy. My wife in the kitchen heard the noise and came out to see what had happened. When she saw the bird on David's head, she asked, "Where did we get a bird all of a sudden?" "Mama, it just came to our window." "To the window in the middle of winter?" "Papa saved its life. It's a Hanukkah miracle." Soon the bird was not afraid of us. David lifted his hand to his forehead and the bird settled on his finger. Esther placed a saucer of millet and a dish with water on the table, and the parakeet ate and drank. Then it saw the dreidel and began to push it with its beak. David exclaimed, "Look, the bird plays dreidel." Soon David began talking about buying a cage for the bird and also about giving it a name. Esther and I reminded him that the bird was not ours. We would try to find the owners who probably missed the parakeet and worried about what had happened to it in the icy weather. David said, "Meanwhile, let's call it Dreidel." That night, Dreidel slept on a picture frame. In the morning, it woke us with its singing and talking in Yiddish. We were filled with wonder and delight to hear a tiny parakeet talk. The next day, I posted a notice in the elevators of the neighboring houses. It said that we had found a Yiddish-speaking parakeet. When a few days passed and no one called, I advertised in the newspaper for which I wrote. A week went by and no one claimed the bird. Only then did Dreidel become ours. We bought a large cage with all the toys that a bird might want. Because Hanukkah is a festival of freedom, we decided never to lock the cage. Dreidel was free to fly around the house whenever he pleased. The man at the pet shop told us the bird was a male. Dreidel is still with us, always eager to learn new words and new games. On Hanukkah, he always gets a gift: a mirror, a ladder, a bathtub, a swing, or a jingle bell. He even likes potato pancakes, as a parakeet named Dreidel should.